It's time.
Whatever happened to old-fashioned love? The kind that would see you through. The kind of love that my mom and daddy knew. I want to dance with you, hold you in my arms once more. That's what they invented dancing for. I just want to dance with you. Give a little love, show them that you care. And when they need you most, we all know just how lucky we are. Down at the la 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 la. What if that girl I could hold, every raindrop would be gold. It could fall all around us on my Donegal shore.
Daniel O'Donnell is an Irish singer known for his close relationship with his fan base and his charismatic and engaging stage presence. And he's here with us just now. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Toby. Thanks very much. Nice to be with you.
It's great to be with you as well. Now, you've been doing music for over 40 years now, and you're still doing it, so you must still be loving it, right?
Yes, I do enjoy it. Of course, in the last couple of years, nobody has done anything the way they used to.
Yeah.
But even prior to that, I had cut down a wee bit on the amount of touring I did, but still doing quite a bit. I mean, the enjoyment it's hard to describe the enjoyment I get from it.
Yeah.
And as the years have passed, I suppose more so because you're in the beginning, you're trying to achieve and to get your name out there, and then you get to the stage where I think, well, God, I'm very happy with where I am in this career, and then you just go out and have a great time. I always had a great time, though.
Yeah. And where did your love of music come from in the first place, do you think?
Well, I suppose really it's from the family. My sister is a singer as well, although she's kind of semi-retired, but still she had a great career in the 60s, 70s and 80s, but she still does shows periodically. My mother loved music. My father sang on both sides of my family, both my father's side and my mother's side. They all sing. Everybody sings. So I think it was just part of what was in the family. Now, having said that, I suppose in Ireland, music is very, very, very much part of our life and our culture.
Yeah.
Everybody at every gathering, people sing just at the drop of a hat. And I think, and I know you're from Scotland. It's similar. Scottish people are similar in the way that they love their, there's a lot of songs that are about Scotland, and Ireland is similar. So I think it comes from just the culture as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then how did you actually manage to get a break and become a professional musician?
Well, I started travelling with my sister in 1981. It's just actually, you said over 41 years ago, just at the end of January.
Yeah.
And I stayed with her for 2 years, and then I made a record, and I started a small group at home, and just then one thing led to another and to another. It was a slow burner for a few years, I suppose, maybe from 83 to 86. I wondered, would I be able to continue at it at all, but then all of a sudden things started to take shape, and really, I never looked back from there.
Yeah. And, once you were successful, it's just a continuing story that seems to have gone forever, because you're the only person that's had an album in the UK charts every year for the last 34 years, which is one of those records that is probably going to be quite impossible for somebody to beat, isn't it?
Well, I suppose in my lifetime, maybe it won't be beaten. I think there's very few people or artists or singers that record every year. Most of them go in and do an album maybe once every 3 or 4 years. years, so
Yeah.
that makes it almost impossible. I, on the other hand, as well as doing original material, I based my career a lot on older music, songs that covers of songs that would have been hits for other people years ago. So there's an endless wealth of material there, that I can draw from. So I'm never stuck for material. I'm going now to record in March, and I have 2 albums ready to record.
Yeah.
Of songs that people are giving me, songs that I like, and songs that I had, on a list of maybe I'll do that someday. So there's never an end. So I suppose we'll do this year and next year anyway, and then after that we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And you do all sorts of covers, don't you? You've done Perry Como, Dean Martin, John Denver, and even Ed Sheeran. So you kind of like a variety of artists, don't you?
I do. I like the songs, really. I do like, there's certain singers that I absolutely love, and then some that I just enjoy their voices, whatever, but I wouldn't be, a fan.
Yeah.
But I love the songs. If a song, when I heard Ed Sheeran's Perfect, I went to see Ed in Belfast a few years ago with my daughter and her husband, and he was super. But I wouldn't sing probably any of his other songs other than Perfect. And that's not because I don't like them. It's just because I feel I wouldn't be able to sing them. There's a lot of the time, even though you like something, it doesn't mean that you're going to sing it. But Perfect, the minute I heard it, I thought, I think I could have a go at that. And it's a lovely song, and it was lovely to do. So it does, I suppose, give me a broad, area to cover. It can be modern, it can be old, whatever the case may be. And then I'm lucky too that people give me original songs. I suppose when you get your name out there and people know you record a lot, they're inclined to, people know you record a lot, they're inclined to send you songs.
Yeah. Well, stay right there. We're going to play your cover of Ed Sheeran's Perfect, and then we'll come back to you after this to talk more.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Oh, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up,
Daniel O'Donnell is still with us. Have you ever maybe done a cover of a song and then realised when you were recording it that maybe it didn't end up sounding as good as you thought it would?
Not really. The only song that I ever done that, and although when I listen back to it now, it's not terrible. There's a song called Highway 40 Blues. It was a Ricky Skaggs song, and it was on way back in the beginning when I first signed with Ritz Records, and they had given me songs to record, and I thought that I wasn't in a position to say I don't want to sing that, you know. And it's a country song right enough, but it's bluegrass and it's really, really fast, and it's just not the type of song that I would lend myself to.
Yeah.
But I recorded it anyway. I was exhausted when I had it finished, and I remember thinking, I'm never going to sing that song again. But having said that, when I listen back to it, it's not too bad. But I know at the time I should have said, no, I would rather not record that. I mean, now if somebody gives me songs and I feel I can't do them justice, I'll just say no. I'll not bother that.
Yeah, maybe that's the best way. And the thing about your music as well is that it's very much you. It doesn't feel like there's any sort of record companies telling you what to do.
Well, I mean, they do suggest things to me, but I suppose I'm lucky in the fact that I can just then, as I said, say, yes, I'll do that. And it really is nice to have people giving you songs, because there's no way that I could think on all the songs that I might be able to record. You know, there's songs that I don't even know that my manager, the last album we did, I recorded a Demis Roussos song called Islands in the Sun, or Island in the Sun, and I wouldn't have thought about it, but the minute I heard it, I just loved it. So I appreciate, people giving me songs, that I wouldn't know about, but I at the end of the day, it's up to me, what I record.
Yeah. What is it, do you think, the secret to your popularity is?
Well, it's very hard to say what I think. I suppose I've been very lucky in that I got a great fan base, from the early days, and it built over the years. And many of the people that, started coming to see me when I started, many of them are still coming, and not alone that, but they're bringing their children and their grandchildren now, which is quite daunting, when you think that you're going to go that long, when you see 3 or 4 generations coming to a show, which is super. I mean, it's nice that that's the case, that so many age groups can come, I mean, obviously the music that I do lends itself to a more mature audience, but younger people, a lot of them come as well, so it's good.
Yeah, definitely. Now, of course, in 2002 you received an honorary MBE for your services to the music industry. That must have felt good, right?
It really did. I have to say that took me by surprise, because I really did not think, being Irish, that I could be honoured like that. I didn't know you could get an honorary award. I just never had focused on it before. And then I realised that it was people, the audience that comes to see me, a number of them had written, not collectively, but individually, to, I don't know, do they write to the palace or to the government, or to who they write to see, could I be honoured in some way on their behalf, because the music has meant a lot to them. So it was a really, really nice thing to get, and I was thrilled, to receive it. Prince Charles, I got it with 4 other people. There was 5 of us got awards, and because we're not British, you get them in the ambassador's residence of your own country. So we got ours, and Prince Charles happened to come. Well, I say he came specially, but I think he was there for something else. But it was lovely, really nice.
Yes. Well, we'll play your hit, I Just Want to Dance With You, and then we'll come back to you to talk more after it.
I don't want to be the one who hesitates, be too shy, way too late. I don't care what they say other lovers do, I just want to dance with you. Well, I got a feeling that you got a heart like mine, so let it show, let it shine. If we get a chance to make one heart of two, that's true. You don't get embarrassed by the things I do. I just wanna dance with you. Now the boys are playing softly and the girls are too. So am I, so are you. If this was the movies, we'd be right on cue. I just wanna dance with you. I wanna dance with you. Twirl you all around the floor. That's what they invented dancing for. I just wanna dance with you. I wanna dance with you. Hold you in my arms once more. That's what they invented dancing for. I just wanna dance with you. Oh, I just wanna dance with you.
Daniel O'Donnell is still with us. And of course, we've got to talk about this as well, because you've done so much over the years, but Strictly has got to be up there. What was that experience like?
Oh my God, Strictly was fantastic. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life. I was petrified every single night. And at the same time, if somebody said to me, do you think I should do it? I would say, with a heart and a half.
Yeah.
But I was, honestly, it took me by surprise because, you know, I've been on stage all my life, but this was just, it was totally out of my comfort zone and I could not remember. It wasn't even so much about the dancing as much, because, you know, I couldn't remember what they were telling me to do.
Yeah.
You know, just here and there and keeping your shoulders up and keeping your, you know, oh, listen. But it was a super experience. And, you know, even just, we still have a WhatsApp group and you and Thomas just had a new baby. He and his partner had a new baby.
Wow.
And they just, he put up a picture of the baby a couple of days ago and we were all on, and Carol, you know, we were texting one another. It was a lovely experience and I made a lot of, you know, met a lot of people that I would never have met, and even yet, you know, we have a nice connection, which is lovely. And Christina too,
Yeah.
the girl that was my pro dancer, she was super, you know, and every so often I'll get a text from her or I'll text her back, you know.
Yeah. But how was it facing Craig every week? Is that one of the lowlights?
Oh, listen, I told him one night, I says, Craig, I says, I'd get more points for speeding than you're giving me. But he was lovely. I mean, he comes across as very, you know, hard and all out the front, but backstage he really is he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Very nice person. Yeah. But we had good banter.
Absolutely, yeah. And in terms of your music again, which musicians have inspired you over the years?
Well, I love Loretta Lynn. She's an American country singer who is not performing, you know, this few years.
Yeah.
She's going to be 90 in April, and she had a stroke when she was 85, and that just stopped her from touring. But she had toured right up to that, and I had seen her, you know, not very long before, maybe a year or so before she got sick, and she was super. But I loved her, and I'm not saying that I sang many of her songs, but I just loved her music, and I always loved Cliff.
Yeah.
You know, Cliff was somebody that I suppose I grew up listening to, and Charlie Pride was, you know, my favourite male country singer. So I suppose, you know, but you learn from a lot of people. You know, you might see somebody and see them, you know, how they handle an audience or some little thing that they do and they think, boy, that's a clever thing, you know. So you never get to the stage where you think, oh, well, I know it all.
Yeah. Have you ever got the chance to work with any of those idols?
I did, actually. Charlie Pride, I did numerous shows with. Charlie guested on a lot of our TV shows in the States when we did we did shows for PBS, and he was he came to Branson, Missouri. He came to the show in Nashville. The first TV show I ever did in 1989, presented in Ireland. Charlie and the Judds were the guests on it.
Yeah.
I recorded a song with Loretta, and occasionally when I would have gone to see her, she'd always say, "Hey Danny, come on up here, honey." She's real Southern America, and I would sing, just a song on the show. And I've recorded with Cliff as well. When Cliff was doing his duets album, he asked me if I would record with him, and then when he came to Dublin, it was after he recorded that, I went on to the show and sang the duet with him.
Yeah.
So it's a very privileged position, to be able to say you admire these people so much, and then you've got to know them. I mean, I've gone and stayed with Loretta at a ranch. We holiday with Cliff quite a bit. Well, not since COVID, but we know Cliff very well. And Charlie, Charlie died last year, but Charlie was a great friend, he and his wife.
Oh yeah, definitely. And of course, Cliff Richard is still working and touring and everything. Do you think that you might still be working in 20 years?
I don't think I will. I mean, I don't, who can say what, but I don't think so. I would like to, and Cliff is fantastic, and then I just spoke about Loretta and Charlie. I mean, I saw Charlie not long before he died. He actually guested on it. We did a Zoom call to him on a TV show I did in lockdown from our house at home, and he sang. He was super. So it's not an age thing, but I suppose I feel that I don't know why I'm saying that, when I'm saying these people are singing, but I just think that I won't go on forever. I would like to always sing, but I don't know that I'll tour as much. I feel I'm getting to the stage where I will curtail the touring and maybe do periods where I might go into a theatre and do a weekend, and that's kind of more like what I'll do than touring night after night.
Yeah. Well, we'll play another one of your songs here. I think we'll go for You Raise Me Up, and then we'll come back to you again after this.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me.
Donnell. And of course, you have a very close relationship with your fans. Do you think that's important?
Well, it certainly worked for me. I mean, I think I value the opportunity of getting to know the fans down through the years. And when I go out on the stage, I know so many of them. It's incredible. I mean, I look out and I recognize lots of the people that are there in front of me. And it's wonderful. I mean, I can't imagine not meeting the audience. You know, I mean, and during COVID, we toured just for a couple of months at the end of the year, and I couldn't meet the people.
Yeah.
And it was very unusual after the show. You know, it was almost like, what do I do now? You know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to that coming back. I hope that soon we'll be able to meet everybody as normal.
Absolutely, yeah. And how's COVID been in other ways? I guess during the lockdowns, you haven't been able to go on a tour and stuff. Have you been doing live streams maybe?
I did a wee bit of that. I did a couple of months when the lockdown was severe and people were very restricted. I did every Sunday night for about 8 weeks, which was fun. You know, the people seemed to enjoy it. Then I did a live stream with my band because they had no opportunity to earn money.
Yeah.
And I did a show where people bought a ticket and the band and the crew got the money. I just did it for them to get a bit extra coming up to Christmas, not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, so that they had just a bit of extra money at that time of year. I'm not crazy about doing the things on the internet. I mean, I suppose younger people do it all the time and they're very, do very well at it. But I like just to be in front of the people, you know.
And of course, you've done a music video recently for your song Down at the La-Di-Da, which was pretty cool and seems to have done quite well for itself. It's quite popular.
Yes, it's amazing. I heard that song on the radio. I was driving in the car and I thought, I really like that. And I thought it was one of the singers from home, a younger singer, that was doing it. Yeah. And I thought, my initial thought was, God, why did I not get that song first, before anybody else? Because I loved it. And then the announcer said it was Jimmy Buffett.
Oh.
That was a Jimmy Buffett song. And I thought, well, Jimmy Buffett doesn't care whether I record his songs or not. Maybe he'll be happy for people to record them. So I went in immediately, recorded it. And then I said to my manager, I said, if this song gets attention, it really is catchy. And we approached these guys at home that have a media company, or they do videos and all that sort of stuff. And they're all living within a 3 or 4 mile radius of me. The people doing the artwork and the people that were in the video, and they did a super job. It was the video really that caught the attention, and then the song on the back of it. Because it was such a fun video and so unlike what I would do.
Oh yeah, definitely. And have you got anything that you're working on at the moment in terms of more songs and albums, and maybe even some shows coming up?
Yeah, well, we will have. I mean, we will tour. We're actually we're doing a cruise, well, hopefully, in the Caribbean. I take part in this Irish cruise every so often for a lady called Gertrude Burns, who's been running chartering ships for over 30 years, and a lot of the singers from home go on it, and we have a great week, and that's in February. And then I will record, in March, February, March time, and hopefully I'll get about maybe 24 songs or so recorded that'll cover 2 years' albums. And then I have a few charity things that I'll do, but my touring really starts in August when we do Killarney in Ireland, and in September we'll be in Canada and some of the States, and in October we'll be in the UK, hopefully, do 8 or 9 shows that'll spread out over the different areas. And then we always go to Branson, Missouri in November. Yeah. So we'll be there in November, and that's kind of this year. So we'll probably do, I don't know, maybe up to 50 shows or something between August and November.
Yeah, absolutely. And Branston, Missouri is quite fun, isn't it? Because you're the biggest star there and everyone loves you.
Well, you know, when I first went there, I was unknown, and even though I was doing well at home, it was amazing, because some days you'd only have 20 people in the audience. Even though there's a lot of people there, they all have their schedules planned, and a lot of them come in buses, and Andy Williams and the Osmonds and Tony Orlando and Mel Tillis, lots of the big artists, Ray Stevens, were doing shows, and they were just full to the doors. And as time passed, then we started doing the TV shows for public television, and more recently on a channel called RFD, and that has given me a great platform, so that now a lot of the people come to Branson because they see us on television. So it's quite a turnaround.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, where are we able to keep up to date with you everywhere? Do you have a Facebook page and website and things?
There is a Facebook page, and a website, donnell.org, and the Facebook pages. I mean, they're very good. The office people, they're always put things up and keeping people informed about concerts and shows and whatever might be happening. So it's a good way to follow.
Great. Well, thanks very much for joining us today, and stay safe.
Well, thank you. Thanks for your time, and good luck with all you do.